Gerald's Game is a new film based on a Stephen King book on Netflix. It stars Bruce Greenwood and Carla Gugino as a married couple that go to the wife's lake house and want to have a bit of kinky sex, and Carla Gugino gets handcuffed to the bedposts. After that happens, they have a bit of an argument, and then Bruce Greenwood drops dead from a heart attack. And then the rest of the film is her trying to work out how to escape from the handcuffs and avoid going crazy at the same time. To add to the tension, there's a wild dog that comes in and starts eating her husband, which you do see bits of it getting eaten, and she has flashbacks and waking nightmares brought on by the stress of the situation, and there's secrets about her past and that get revealed as a result of that. To say any more about what she finds out and what she sees will sort of ruin the reveals within the film, so I won't do that. Suffice to say, they are worthwhile and they don't get overlong or overblown, and they're kept moderate, but still with an element of fantasy and horror. The way they go about the film, they look at all the different avenues and they use her own sort of inner monologue and a sort of fabricated hallucination of her husband and her inner monologue talking to her to examine all the different ways that you would be sitting there thinking, how would you get out of it? My wife and I were sitting there trying to go, but she'd do this, she'd do that, and they answer all those questions and they go through that at quite a rapid pace, so it's not drawn out, but it just shuts up all the smart asses that might be watching it. How she gets out is gross. There's a degloving. If you don't know what that is, then it'll be a surprise, but she has to effectively deglove herself, and it's horrible. I couldn't watch it. My wife had her hands over her eyes. It's disgusting, but probably realistic, as opposed to in a movie when you see someone just sort of pop their thumb and they get out. This is probably a bit more like what would happen. The only problem with the film, which is really good for an hour and a half's watch otherwise, is the ending is maybe 10 minutes long. And I know it sounds a bit silly, but it could do as being 5 minutes, because all the impact and the tension from the main bulk of the film gets lost and forgotten about quite quickly, and it doesn't need this sort of tacked on, drawn out ending. The director of the film is Mike Flanagan, and you'll know him from things such as Oculus and Hush, a film that was out on Netflix about this time last year, where there was the deaf lady in the house being harassed, stalked, set upon by an assailant. He obviously has got an eye for this kind of thing, and it's really good that these kind of things get made. People always moan about Stephen King adaptations, saying that they're awful. I don't know the book, I don't care about reading the book, I just want to be entertained for an hour and a half. This entertained me for an hour and a half. I'm not going to say it's Oscar worthy or anything like that. Carla Gugino does great acting, but you know, it's not something you come out of going, that was terrible, that was awful. It's kept short and tight, and it's a little sort of punch in the nuts kind of film that you just watch, enjoy, engage in a discussion and how would you deal with the situation, and finish watching it and get on with your day. So is it worth watching? Yes, and I don't think it's going to do anyone a disservice on their CV.